G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. So I'm really excited. It's been a while since I've been back into the grind of YouTube. So I've got to basically update you guys on everything that's been happening. So today we're just going to be doing a quickie on like a bunch of the different tanks. Just going to show you all the new stuff that's happening, give you a brief update on a bit of everything. And so with that said, let's just dive straight into it. Alright, so here's a pan of the fish room moving here. So yeah, that's basically what we're working with today, plus the other two tanks, the 60 litre and the 90 litre as well. So that brings us to about 6 aquariums. I'm just going to show you all the new things that have really happened in here, because we'll leave like a proper fish room tour for another day. Now if we move to the 60 litre Kribensis breeding tank, oh, I've got some really exciting news. So if you didn't see, we set up this tank and there's actually a video on it. I'll leave the link just above, up there or there, wherever it pops up. Anyway, but what we did was we set up this tank and then added a pair of Albino Kribensis. And you can see this is a male right here. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Usually I'm not a fan of albino fish, but I got these guys because I wanted to breed them, and they probably sell a bit better than the normal Kribensis. Plus, actually, these albino fish look pretty cool in my opinion, and I saw them, I was like, yeah, I've got to get them. So yeah, put them in this tank. This is just temporary. I'm not going to have them much longer. So yeah, we did get fry, which is really exciting. We got them like a month or two ago, and so I'm going to show you now. So it's hiding up in here. Got a little hang-on breeder box, and we've got some albino Kribensis fry. So in here we got about 20, I'd say at least 20 albino Kribensis fry. Now they're not all albino, because apparently I found out some of the fish will turn out to be normal Kribensis even if you're breeding with 2 albinos. So we might get a couple normal Kribensis in here, but by the looks of it, they all seem albino. So there might be like 1 or 2, but that should be really it. We got lots of plant cover at the top here. Will the camera focus? We just got some coarse sponge because the filter floss kept clogging up and stuff. So we put some coarser sponge in there for the outflow. And we're basically feeding these guys 2 to 3 times a day on baby brine shrimp. And at first we fed them off powder foods that I kind of diluted in water, and then I just like feed that liquid to them, and they loved that until they were big enough to eat baby brine shrimp, and now I started hatching it out. We got some here. In fact, let's take this off. Right, there we got some good brine shrimp in there. Back 2. There we go. And yeah, all the brine shrimp's falling down. They love it, and they're growing at a really nice pace now. It took them a while to get onto it, but that's fine. I'm getting the hang of it. This is like the first time raising fry for me, like at least fry that I hatched out of eggs. Well, the parents actually hatched the eggs out, and I came home from holidays and found a bunch of fry, so I put them into this hang-on breeder box. But yeah, so that's really good. They do get their box cleaned out every 2 days, and yeah, it's really good for them. They're loving life, I hope at least, and hopefully in about 2 weeks they should move to this tank, a nice grow out tank, until they're at the size where they can be sold to the local fish store. Alright, now the actual tank, let's update you on the tank. The pair in here of Albino Kribensis are looking like they're getting ready for another spawn, which is really exciting, but they've been showing breeding behavior for like a week now. I've been doing a couple cold water changes, but yeah, I'm not really expecting much. I just want to get these guys raised up. I want to have success with these first until I get any more serious into this fish breeding business. So yeah, besides that, the plants are doing great. You can see we got so much growth everywhere. Like all the plants are growing, especially the moss. Yeah, look at the moss. If you're wondering what this piece of driftwood is, it's I got it from the Underwater Pet Expo from the other week, and it has some moss on it. And I couldn't think of anywhere else to put it at the time, so I just chucked it in here. And now the Albino Kribensis are actually really enjoying that piece. They actually explore it a lot. I know they check it out and they hang out around it, so I thought might as well leave it in there. You can see, yeah, Java ferns doing nice. Oh, we got really good reds out of the Hatra, the Rotala Hatra. Looks amazing. Look at that. I don't know how I'm getting it so red, and also I'm sorry about the light. sucks. I'm gonna have to get a new light at one point, but yeah, it does this flashing thing, which with the camera, so yeah, it's the only light that does it that I have, which is really weird. It's from eBay, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to deal with it for now, but yeah, I'm very sorry. Hopefully we can fix that soon. So yeah, these guys are hungry, they'll probably get fed soon. But yeah, that's really all that's happening in this tank. Plants are doing great, basically no algae either, so yeah, that's all really good. I added a couple plugs of hair grass, tiny little details here and there, and trying to get this pearlweed carpet out too. Alright, moving next door, we recently set this tank up about a week ago. Well, we actually got the fish in here. We did set it up like a month ago, but the video released on setting it up came out like a couple days ago. I'll leave the link once again to that tutorial above. I'd like to do tutorials on all my setups now just because it can be educational for those who don't know where to start. And yeah, so kind of a little layout here. We've got some Anubias nana, believe it, it's Anubias nana, big leaves. Got it from scapeshop.com.au, which I'll leave the link to in the description. I just love their website. And yeah, it came as like this one bunch for $35, which is amazing. Sorry about the bubbles on the glass too, just had a water change yesterday, so a lot of air bubbles have gone into the tank. Just chucked in some food for them, some algae pellets, so yeah, they are loving that at the moment. But yeah, so in here we've got some super red bristlenose. Now these guys are beautiful fish. They've got really nice red coloration on them, and they're very close to having their first spawn. Like, they're flirting with each other, they are showing breeding behavior, and the male's already like learning how to start fanning with his fins so he can hatch any eggs out, which is really cool. This tank's getting about 50 to 75% water change every day. The reason being, not every day, every other day, so every 2 days, because since they just got a water change last night, you'll see in about one more day the whole bottom will be covered in poop, and the water will be like green, murky, white, whichever color it is. It depends on the day, but yeah, it gets really murky after more than 2 feedings of the bristlenose. So that's the one problem. If you're going to breed them, then you need good filtration. This one little sponge filter back there isn't doing great, but honestly the water changes are good practice for when I have fry in here at one point, like 100 fry and like 50 bristlenose fry. So it's good practice, and yeah, I'm already getting to the hang of that, which is really good. And yeah, so that's basically that tank right there. Hopefully the cages aren't too big for the bristlenose. Hopefully that's not why they're not spawning. But besides that, all is doing pretty well in here. The bristlenose have settled in, and yeah, I can't complain. Alright, moving across, let's go to these tanks now. So this is a 20-liter Endler jungle, and it's looking amazing. Like, I can't complain. It's seriously an awesome little scape going on in here. Awesome environment too now. It's sustaining itself, which is really good. The filter is doing barely any work now. It's more the plants and the ecosystem in here, the beneficial bacteria living in the aqua soil. But yeah, so the plants are doing really well. I did add, after the expo, I bought some plants and added some dwarf hairgrass. Now that's kind of uprooted. I might have to place that back into the substrate. We've got some crypts back there. I forgot the name. It's like crypt hobbit or something. A pygmy crypt. It's like a small crypt, and one there too. So nice 2 little clumps in this tank. And yeah, I just thought I'd put them in. Why not grow them out, and maybe they can be for another aquascape, because they might not match this scape very well or fit in well. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, the Jabba Fern's growing lots of new leaves too, which is really good. Everything's doing great in here. Got rid of the cyanobacteria well and truly, so yeah, no more of that stuff in this tank. No more algae either, like little bits of black burst algae or blackbeard algae. But yeah, besides that, that's it algae wise. Some on the glass, of course. Also, the Endler Guppies just had a recent spawn. I just realized this morning, saw some new fry in here, which is really exciting. You'll see like that guy center, the camera won't focus, but might be able to see that is a new fry, newborn fry, which is exciting. We've got so many guppies in here. It's probably overcrowded now, but yeah, we'll sell a lot of them off at the end of the year when we have like 40 of them to sell off. So yeah, the chocolate gourami's still in here, doing great. He's actually loving it in here. Wow, his colors have gotten much stronger over the last couple months or so. So yeah, really excited to see that. Lots of growth in the Anubias nana petite and the Bucephalandra there. That's Bucephalandra gorilla, and then that's Anubias nana petite. So yeah, they're growing really well. So is the AR mini right here. I had to trim it. It grew like, it was going out of the tank at one point, like growing all the way up. Yeah, that was like a month ago, and I trimmed it back and then put the trimming into the substrate again. So yeah, that's basically this tank right here for you. We did add also one last thing, we added 2 red cherry shrimp in here that my friend gave me. So yeah, we do. I actually saw one just about 10 minutes ago amongst the moss. Hopefully they don't get eaten. They're very small. They're culls from my friend. So yeah, I just thought I'd put them in here because why not? And yeah, they actually look really nice. They've colored up since he gave them to me, so maybe a bit of a mistake, but you know, we'll see. And yeah, so that's really good. Also nice carpet, a bit messy of course with some of the moss trimmings that have gone amongst the carpet. Big mistake having a carpet and this moss right up here. But honestly, it does well. From a distance it looks nice, but yeah, up close, it's pretty messy. Anyway, so yeah, that tank's doing amazing, cannot complain. Moving across, not really much to update you on here. Everything's doing great. Angelfish had a massive spawn the other day and of course messed up. I'm still meaning to get these guys to my cousin again, give them back because I can't breed them. Because I don't have enough tank space to grow out the fry, so I'm not bothering. And yeah, these guys need to move out. Plus, a 20-gallon toll is just too small. It can move back to their 300-liter aquarium. So yeah, these guys, they're so fun. I love angelfish. They're definitely not angels, nothing like angels, but they're so fun to keep and keep an eye on and just watch whenever I feel like it. Just sit in front of this tank and watch the angelfish, maybe fight a little or bond even, or just go around the tank exploring. Really fun to watch. And we've got 2 Bristlenose in here. Something wrong with him, or her, probably a her. But yeah, the other Bristlenose, the other lemon blue eye, is actually like growing to a decent size now. I think it could start breeding soon. So clearly there's just something wrong with this fella. Maybe not getting the food, maybe the food's getting stolen from it, I don't know. So that's mystery. But yeah, besides that, these are the 4 tanks in here. And now we're going to move probably to the 60 litre and the 90 litre. Don't know which one first, we'll just see. We'll play by ear, and let's head downstairs to the other tanks. Alright, so we're out at the 60 litre outside aquarium where we've got some Zebradanios and white-cloud mountain minnows in here. Now they've actually survived out here without a heater throughout the whole winter, so they've gone all the way down to 8 degrees Celsius. That means also the Zebradanios, meaning that Zebradanios are certainly a cold water fish. We're going to have a whole video come out on specifically this little project that's been happening. Not project, it was kind of accidental, but yeah, the Zebradanios survived that really cold temperature, which is fascinating to see how they can adapt to such extreme conditions. Most people say they can't go below 18 degrees Celsius, but it got more than 10 degrees below that, and they're really healthy right now. And they're also really nice and plump now that it's daylight savings, so I tend to have time to feed them after school. Like there's still light outside, so I can feed them, and now they're fattening up. And even breeding now, because it's warming up, they're probably thinking, oh, it's time to breed. And they're probably spawning without me knowing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's probably all we got in the tank though. We just got a couple fake plants, that's it. There's no light, so we can't put any live aquarium plants, which is excruciating for me, but you know, that's saves electricity. So this is definitely an eco-friendly tank and works well. So yeah, not much else to say about it. Alright, here's a 90 litre aquarium. Now I'll tell you, it was looking horrible. It was overgrown. From here you was just seeing aquarium plants, barely any fish. But the other day I did trim back everything. So let's take a look. And yeah, that's how we're looking in the tank right now. So if we take a closer look, it's daytime right now, so a bit harder to film with the reflections, and I apologize for that. But we've got the AR Mini in here. We got Olis Rhythms trimmed back. It was like creeping over at one point over like that. And it was just crazy. So I had to trim it all the way back here. We're starting to get new growth now. You can see there's little tips in the plants where new stems are forming, so that's really good. And then we've got the Bacopa back there that I trimmed back and then replanted. And as they were shedding leaves at the bottom of the stem, kind of like they still are now, but it was a lot worse. The Nubis is doing fine back there. We have a lot of it. A really nice big bunch. I don't know what type it is though. It's a small leaf variety though. It's probably Nana, but it's got a different leaf structure. It's weird. Anyway, we've got some Nessie Triflora back there, a couple little stems. I don't know, some of them must have been thrown out with the rest of the trimmings, so we don't have many stems left, but they're growing back and reviving, so that's really good. We got the Rotella Wallichii there. You can just see the actual stems, just the bare stems, but they're going to grow back some new leaves, new stems with lots of new leaves, so that's good. And we've got the Ludwigia back there, also going to grow back. I trimmed everything back, so yeah, that's also going to grow back. But even if they don't, I don't care because I'm going to be rescaping this tank within a couple months. So that's really exciting. Once we make some money from breeding the fish for profit, I can afford to completely take this whole tank down and rescape it, like make it a nice aquascape, like a really nice tank. Something that I really want to talk about in here is that came back with a couple plants after the Underwater Pet Expo. So I came back with a couple carpeting plants, so dwarf hairgrass and some sort of chainsword, some sort of like micro sword, not Liliopsis or pygmy chainsword, something else. But anyway, you can see I saw this Liliopsis that was actually carpeting along, and if you look at this, actually this plant throughout the whole tank, all the way over there too, coming only from like one little tiny piece that didn't melt away from the rest of the bunch of Liliopsis I added in here, and is managing to grow all across the tank. So I thought, hey, this might be alright if we get some dwarf hairgrass in here, and we do. These were tissue cultures, so they might melt back a little. But yeah, so, oh my god, the lights turned off. Alright, that'll do. So I thought, yeah, maybe some little plugs of hairgrass might make a little difference, add a bit more green to the bottom here. So yeah, might try to go for a carpet, but probably won't happen, especially since this tank is going to be taken down anyway in a couple months. But good to store some plants, I guess. And yeah, same with the swords back there. Oh, I don't know what they are. They're some sort of carpeting plant, but yeah, really nice plant. Actually, it looks a bit like yeah, pygmy chainsword. So giving that a try. And then we also added some of that crypt right there. That I had also in the 20-litre tank, because we got one pot of it and it came with so much, so I managed to put in some in here too, which is good. But yeah, besides that, the fish are doing great, of course. They're all doing great. Really nothing to update you on the fish or anything. So yeah, that basically wraps up the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little update on Oli Aquariums, because it's been a while. It's been a couple months, and you know, for the channel that's quite a while. So yeah, been a bit crazy, but you know, getting back into the grind now. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all later in the next video or live stream. So yeah, see you then.